people to lose some sleep if they can't get to sleep thinking someone's watching them all the time.
Well, certainly there is that possibility, and you know, again, it's exciting because it will be lit at night with large floodlights.
You're kidding me?
No, sir. That's part of the grant.
Okay.
Well, also, are there any plans to complete the entire face, or is it just going to be the eye? Will a nose go with it, and eventually another eye? And
No, sir. Just the eye.
Just the eye.
Just the eye.
Well,
as big as this eye is, there's very little room for...
That's correct. It will be taking up the entire face.
Yeah. Well, sounds pretty wild to me, but nothing more wild than other things I've heard on your show.
Let's see.
We appreciate it. Have a
okay,
good day.
pal. Take care of yourself. Louise, you're on WSB.
Hello.
Hi, Louise. How you doing?
I'm just fine. Let me get this straight. This is just a big eye that's going to be painted on the backside of the mountain, right?
Oh, no, it's not just a big eye.
Well, to me, it's going to be a big eye. And you granted $2 million to do this?
That's correct. Well, that will include the other enhancements that we'll be doing, as well as an enhancement to the carving, which we'll talk about also.
Yeah, they're going to be doing some work on the other side of the mountain, too.
So the total cost will be around $2 million.
Well, I think of all the problems with the homeless in the cities and all over the world, and people don't have food to eat. I think $2 million is outrageous to spend to put an eye on the side of a mountain. And the mountain isn't supposed to look at us. We're supposed to look at it, which we do.
Well,
that's really, I'm just very upset about it. I mean, I'm glad I had to wait here for a while before I talked to you about it, but I think it's absurd to do that with our taxpayers' money when there's so many other useful things to help people.
Well,
that's all I have to say, really.
Of course, the enjoyment of art is very important
I enjoy
to
art,
people.
but a big eye on the side of a mountain to me is not art. I'm sorry. I'm just very aggravated with it.
Well, once again, art is in the eye of the beholder, Mr. Porch, as I've mentioned.
I agree with that. However, this is a stretch. Joe, you're on WSB.
Ludlow, I just want to say one thing. I mean, this is an impressionist art, isn't it? So this is going to be the all-seeing eye. We ought to use it to throw the nuts that approve this off the mountain, and the eye could watch them being caught in the net.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned net, because I don't want anybody to think this is just an eye.
Yeah.
No, this is not just an eye, and it's not an ordinary eye. It's an eye that may be 50 yards across or something like that. I'm not sure, but it's...
This is going to be a big eye. I mean, on a clear day, you might be able to see Atlanta.
And let me tell you that it's a big old bloodshot eye, too. It looks like somebody dropped a cherry in a bowl of buttermilk.
I think some people ought to fall in the buttermilk with it.
You take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Hang in there.
Bye.
Mike, you're on with Racso.
Hello, Ludlow. I was driving through Riverdale, and I was all excited about this till I heard about it. There's something that I think the artist needs to remember, and that is that the eyes of the beholder are going to be the people that are paying for this thing. And I tell you, Stone Mountain, that's a classic piece of art. It's a piece of art for history, for many generations to come, and I just don't think this eye is going to fit in with that. I think it's going to definitely take away from it.
How about the plastic birds? How do you
that's like, that's just so temporary and so modern. There's nothing classic about that. It's just, I don't understand that at all. I think it's way off base.
It is representational of today's generation, sir.
The thing that just strikes me the most, though, is how much money the taxpayers are going to be paying for this. And he says the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but he's just got to remember that this thing's costed $2 million, and the eyes of the beholder are the people that are paying for it. Thank you, Ludlow.
Okay, my man. Take care of yourself.
Well, yes, and I think that it's only $2 million. I mean, it's not
like it's a lot of money.
In terms of the gigantic undertaking that we're doing here.
Let me ask you about, the man mentioned temporary. This is meant to be a permanent thing, and the plastic birds will last indefinitely.
Oh yes, the plastic netting is industrial strength netting, and the plastic that we're using for the extrusion of the birds is also very long term. And as you know, plastic does not break down in the environment.
Okay.
You're listening to the best of 5:30, and with a quick update, here's Gary McDowell.
The National Transportation Safety Board has released a statement regarding the air traffic controller on duty during that recent Hartsfield aircraft collision. We'll have that story coming up with full details at 6 o'clock tonight. Washington Mayor Marion Barry had planned to announce for re-election today. Instead, he told reporters he'll seek help but he stopped short of saying help for what. Berry was arrested Thursday for buying and smoking crack cocaine. Albany Democrat John White says Georgians want a chance to vote on a state lottery. He's urging voters to contact their representatives to demand that a lottery referendum be put on the November ballot. Anti-abortion activists are calling for a mass public turnout at nationwide rallies tomorrow, opposing the Supreme Court decision legalizing most abortions. Monday marks the 17th anniversary of the decision. Statistics released by the State Department of Human Resources show the number of AIDS cases in Georgia has tripled in the past 2 years. Rural areas now showing a dramatic increase. AM-750 WSB Weekend Sports. Ken Hatfield leaves Arkansas, taking over the head coach's job at Clemson, replacing Danny Ford. The Bulldogs head for Baton Rouge Wednesday, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, losing to Ole Miss last night, 84-74. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets playing at Virginia today. The game just wrapped up, and Virginia beat Tech 81-79 in overtime. AM-750 WSB giving you twice the coverage with exclusive Skycopter Skyplane traffic reports. Now Atlanta's most active.
AM-750 WSB presents the best of Ludlow Porch. If you hear the phone numbers, please don't call. This is a taped program.
Ludlow Porch, and our special guest is artist Racso, and we're talking about the work that he is trying to get approved to be done on Stone Mountain, and we're looking at a model right now. You ready to take some more telephone calls?
Oh, certainly.
Let's talk to John. John, you're on WSB.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How are you, my friend?
Who came up with this?
That's a great question. Whose original idea was this, Rex?
Well, it was mine. I applied for the grant myself and wrote the grant myself, as a matter of fact. So this was my idea and my recommendation and my suggestion.
Ludlow.
Yes, sir.
Who granted the grant? Who can we call to voice our opinion on this thing?
We will. Before this is over, we'll give out a telephone number or something about it. But you, so you stick around. And let me just say, it has not been approved yet.
Well, thank God.
But also let me say this: we're $175,000 into it.
Well, actually the grant has been approved. Both from the National Expressive Arts Council and the Georgia Expressive Arts Council. The funding has been approved. The concept has not as yet been approved.
Okay.
Boy, somebody's going to be in hot water about this one.
Up to their armpits, John. Up to their armpits.
Okay, Ludlow, I appreciate it.
Okay, buddy, you take care of yourself.
Okay, bye-bye.
Got another John. John, you're on WSB.
Ludlow.
Yeah.
First time I've called you. I've listened to you for some time. And I'm kind of new in the area.
Yes, sir.
But I believe that Stone Mountain is one of the nicer places to take people when you come in from out of state to visit.
No question about it. And one of the reasons it's nice, and let me throw this out while you're on the line, one of the reasons it's nice, Racso, is because they have left it very much like Mother Nature intended.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't think that Mother Nature put Stonewall Jackson on the mountain.
I don't think you're going to paint an eye on her either.
Well,
is this for real, Ludlow, or is this some kind of a gag?
Well, just always remember where you heard this, and that the full credibility of this radio show is behind this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you, like I say, I've been here too long, but they're...
You keep listening, because they're going to do some...
in the park, they're going to throw a net over him.
Well, they're going to do some things to the other side of the mountain that you may find a little shocking. We'll talk about that in a minute, too. Take care of yourself.
Right.
Bye-bye. Oscar, you're on WSB.
Hello, Ludlow?
Hi there.
This is Oscar.
Yes, sir.
I talked to you once before concerning the tobacco auctioneer. You remember that?
I sure do, yeah.
Okay. Now, that guy you got on, you know what he's done?
What's that?
He took my name and reversed it, and he used that as his artistic name.
Well, we'll talk about that a little later on, too.
First of all, let me tell you.
All right.
That mountain on his side faces Rockbridge Road, right? Look at your map.
Yeah, okay.
You know what that eye is going to be looking at? It's going to be looking right on the liquor store where I buy my liquor.
Oh, I thought you was on the Western Auto Store or something.
No, the liquor store.
I see.
If you look at the shopping center, got a liquor store. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You run that Charleston out of town, I'm going to be after him. If I see anybody on that mountain, they're gone. They're history.
Oscar, you hang in there.
Okay, buddy.
Take care of yourself.
I'll see you.
Let's go all the way to Well, what do you...
One of the things that I think is exciting is that people are stirred up about this, and good art always gets people stirred up, for bad or for good, or they're for it or they're against it, and that sort of thing.
Does it bother you that there hasn't been any support for this?
There is support in the community, in the artistic community, certainly.
Okay. I'll take your word for that. Let's go to Macon and talk to Wayne. Wayne, you're on with Racso.
Well, I'm the first one that's for him. I have seen the artist's work before, and the public out there has nothing to worry about. The man's work is great.
Thank you, sir.
And on this particular one, sir, didn't they consider a hologram type? Didn't you consider that so that the eye would wink as you moved around the mountain? It would wink at you as you went by?
Yes.
Wasn't that one of your first concepts?
Yes. Unfortunately, with the minimal funding that we have been given,
minimal, $2 million, Racso.
Well, but there's so much to be done there with all of the various visions that we'll be producing on the mountain that we cannot make the eye wink much as we wanted to, and I appreciate your support, sir.
Well, on the other side of the mountain, no one has brought this up. Did anyone raise a fuss when they put a laser show over with Stonewall Jackson? And it didn't disturb him. It enhanced the mountain.
Absolutely.
Draws millions of people.
Yes. And we feel that the enhancements that I'll be doing will also draw millions more people to come and observe it, and that it will not just cluster people on the one side of the mountain, but that they'll be wanting to see all of the various visions.
You make a great point, Wayne. I hadn't even thought about that.
Well, listen, you all have a good day, and Ludlow, keep up a good work.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Take care. We're going to talk to Big Bill at Possum Trot. Hello, Bill.
This is Big Bill calling you from Possum Trot, 1 mile west of beautiful downtown Primrose, the cultural center of Meriwether County.
All right.
Now, I think this is an absolutely marvelous idea. I really like it.
Thank you, sir.
Now, there's two things I want to bring up.
All right.
I hope that you're not going to use a lead-based paint when you put this eye on there, because that would not be environmentally acceptable.
That is correct, sir. No, we'll be using an environmentally sound formulation of paint that has been developed specifically for this kind of use on
that is wonderful. Now, you mentioned enhancement to the carving. What did you have in mind for that?
Well, I guess we might as well get into that. Because they're not just going to be working.
Put a cigar in Robbie Lee's mouth?
No, but listen, I'm going to let him describe it to you. And let me just start you off by saying you're going to put a simulated wood frame around that carving?
Oh!
Yes.
Hey, that's great. I like that.
Yes. One of the things in studying this from the aerial photographs that we took, as well as the ground level photographs, one of the things that I felt was that the carving is somehow incomplete, that it is in fact a portraiture kind of thing, and therefore putting a nice simulated wood frame. We can't use wood, of course, because it will deteriorate, so we will be using a simulated wood made of plastic again, with the grain enlarged in it, and we will be putting a frame around the carving, and then as we colorize the carving, the whole thing will really come to life.
Well, let me say that I'm old enough. I remember going out there as a child, you see, before the park was developed, and walking on the mountain. You know, they'd done partially started the carving, but the artists got angry and quit. Now, I hope we won't have no trouble with you out of this, because I'd like to see these developments made on this mountain, because this is going to be great.
Thank you, sir, and I appreciate it. So you can see, Mr. Porch, that there is support for this kind of art.
I support you 100%.
Okay, I want you to keep listening, because I've got to take a minute out here, but he hasn't told you the best part yet about.
We'll keep listening, because it's just bound to get better.
They're going to talk about the colorization of the carving, and we'll talk about that when we come.
Well, the uniform's already gray.
you ain't heard nothing yet. Stand by, Bill.
But you put gold stars on the collars.
Better than that. You keep listening.
Okay, thank you.
We'll tell you more about the colorization of the carving right after these very important words. And we're talking to artist Racso about work to be accomplished at Stone Mountain. Let's talk about the colorization of the carving. Now, you're going to put a simulated wood frame around this carving.
Yes, that's correct. And this is very, very exciting. I am extremely excited about it.
I don't think you're going to be as excited as our audience is when they find out what your plans are.
I certainly hope so. I certainly think that this will be somewhat controversial, perhaps.
Yeah.
And that, of course, is part of what an artist strives for, is to create controversy and conversation. And one of the things that we'll be doing is colorizing the uniforms of the men on the mountain.
Yeah, I've got that in my notes here.
It's actually on the model here. You can see.
You're seriously going to put Robert E. Lee in a pink uniform?
Yes.
And you're serious about a green plaid uniform for Jackson?
Yes, I think as the sun shines on that carving, and of course at night with the lights up on there, the beautiful floods with colored filters in them and so forth, I think it will just be absolutely outstanding. It will be so exciting to stand back and look at those brilliant colors of that pink and the plaid.
The other one will be in a fire engine red.
Yes, Jefferson Davis will be in a fire engine red, and the horses, of course, will be colored, the chestnut.
And you're going to have the background between these figures, you're going to have them painted to resemble black velvet?
Yes, it will actually be a textured paint that we apply with a special gun.
This is a great, majestic carving.
It certainly is.
It took many years, and you're going to...
And this,
you think this is an improvement?
I just can't. I can't tell you how excited I get about this part, and that's where I just can't wait. I would love to put that as our first priority. Unfortunately, we must do the eye first to maintain some sort of balance. But I can't wait until we get to the colorization of the carving, because I think it will just be so terribly exciting, and people will. I think if we've seen tourism at Stone Mountain prior to this, it will just be outstanding now.
Let's talk to Sonny. Sonny, you're on WSB.
Ludlow, I just want to tell you that you are rotten to the core. Put on something like this and get everybody upset.
Well, the
only thing about artist has forgotten is the chartreuse. He should have a chartreuse horse.
Well, now we don't...
polka dots on his ears.
Let me ask you about that. What do you think?
No, sir. First of all, I don't think that chartreuse is a color that blends well with our concept.
Real good with the pink.
And I do not think so at all. Again, my training and my background indicate that would not be a color that we would want to select.
Well, I sure like chartreuse. It's one of my favorite colors, especially on the mount. And, when the sun shines on it, it would be real iridescent.
Sonny, you sound a little bit like an artist yourself.
Yes, I am. I've done a lot of painting. I painted a lot of things similar to this, and, of course, I'm trying to get me a grant right now, and I want to do a little painting myself around Atlanta. I was thinking about painting City Hall. I've got several colors in mind. I was going to paint City Hall.
Well, we'll be talking a little more about that. You keep listening.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Let's talk to our friend Irish. Irish, you're on WSB.
Oh, Ludlow, I'm so excited.
I knew you would be, darling.
But I want to ask the artist, is he going to have perhaps a committee for the colorization that we can give in our opinions on the colors? Because I really do have a problem with the orange net.
Mm-hmm.
And now, let me just say, and I hope I'm not offending anybody when I say this, but the net needs to be green. Well, let me say this, Ludlow.
All right.
You know that the Irish settled Georgia, North Georgia area, and it would be such an honor to the Irish. And also, you wouldn't have to change it on St. Patrick's Day. If you had an orange net up there, Mr. Artist, come St. Patrick's Day, it'll have to come down. So, we'd be saving some money. And that money could go into something else. And the other thing is very selfish, too. It's the daisy. I'm glad you decided not to do yellow daisy.
Thank you.
But I would like to make this request. Pink. Because with that green net, the pink daisy, the preppies and the yuppies, they feel so proud.
Let me ask you a question, if I may. Are you anxious to get input from people like Irish who are going to be part of this?
Well, I always enjoy hearing other people's opinions and other people's input. It is exciting. However, as you know, no project can be done through a committee. One person really has to end up being responsible, and after working with this model here and hanging various and sundry shades of color on it, particularly the netting and so forth, I understand that there could be some real nationalistic feelings about certain colors, but I try to avoid all of that and simply look at it from a pure art standpoint. But I do love the input, and I love the conversation.
But you don't care what they think?
Well, no.
Okay.
Well, Ludlow, he's upset me. Now he's made me mad.
Well, now,
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Now, Ludlow, you better tell him.
That's right. This woman's Irish.
I'm real Irish.
I understand that.
You don't make me mad.
She drinks and sings with the best of them.
That's right.
But
and I'm going to tell you, Mr. Artist, that this net better be green, because if it's not, my tax dollars are not going towards it. And furthermore, I think I'll just have to have a word with Joe Frank about it.
But it is exciting indeed to because great things come from controversy and turmoil, and I like the give and take that's going on
here. But you know, this orange net, you see, looking up at orange is like looking up at yellow on a stage.
How about a bloodshot eye? That doesn't bother you at all, Irish? A huge 50-yard by 100-yard bloodshot eye, that doesn't bother you?
Ludlow, yeah. I want green up there.
How about a green bloodshot eye? Would that suit you?
Green for the Irish, and I really do think if this net is going to be so big, it's just, I mean, look at the Irish that are here. I mean, Ludlow, you know, the big St. Patrick's Day parades, and this man has got to think about this. This is nationalistic. He has got to think about it, Ludlow. You better talk to him off, you know.
We'll talk Irish, I promise.
All right.
You be good.
I'll
talk to you. Bye-bye. Hi, Fun Seekers, Ludlow Porch. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this broadcast.
We're still working on a lot of roads around here, so if you drive a lot, you could be in for a real hassle. Fortunately, for people who drive a long way amid all this to see a doctor, there's a new service that'll help you find one closer to home.
Hi, this is Kathy Fishman. Hope you're having a great weekend, and a reminder, I'll be here Monday afternoon beginning at 3 o'clock. It's a brand new week with brand new issues, and we're going to discuss them all. Hope you join me then on AM-750 WSB.
All right, welcome back, gang. Ludlow Porch and our special guest, Racso, and we're talking about Stone Mountain. Have we pretty much covered everything you're going to do out there?
Those, yes, we've covered all the visions that we are going to be doing on the mountain.
Okay, now if you wouldn't mind talking about something else, I think we might get a better look at what you're about. If we see some of the other state and federal grants that you have applied for, things that you would like to do, things that you think would make our state a more interesting place to live. Can we talk about some of these things?
Well, certainly. We do have many visions that we're applying for grants for throughout the state.
And I'll let you just comment on these as I give them out, because these are actual things that you have applied for. And the first one I see is that you would like to put a 200-foot long inflatable frog and have it float on Lake Lanier.
Yes, and for the lady who wanted green, here's your green, and won't it be exciting to see that huge frog floating out there on Lake Lanier?
I just think it's a free-floating
big green frog, yes. It will actually, yes, it'll be floating right out in the middle. We'll anchor it, of course, so it won't blow around too much.
Okay, all right. Now, you have brought a drawing, and I'm looking at the drawing now, and this hits close to home because this is up very close to where my house in the mountains is. You have brought a drawing showing how you would, on this mountain, and I'll leave the mountain nameless, how you would cut the trees on the mountain in North Georgia in huge swaths to spell out the words, pretty, pretty, pretty.
Yes, that's right. As a matter of fact,
are you serious about that?
Yes, I think it would be just wonderful to drive along a road and look up and see those words cut into the trees on the side of the mountain. As a matter of fact, I think you could see this from your house up there. I'm not sure, but and I think that to see those words pretty, 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 particularly in the fall when people are saying that word all the time, it would just be exciting.
You have no idea how excited that makes me.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Now, here's one for you folks out at the Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield. You seriously want to put out there a 350-foot long purple plastic cannon?
Yes.
Inside, that would be the world's largest.
The world's largest cannon. Yes.
You seriously think that would do something to enhance the historic value?
Oh, certainly. The memory of something that large, to recall the great days of the Civil War in such a way, with a 350-foot long cannon, all painted purple, I think. Terribly exciting.
All right, and you haven't left off with our historic areas, because another grant, and there's a bunch of, I could go on with this forever, but there's another grant here. He has proposed to put 6 giant pink flamingos and 4 huge white wall tires in Central City Park. Now, how large would these giant pink flamingos be?
These would be huge. These would be 10 stories high. And the tires would be about 75 feet across. This is large art. This is the kind of art that people can become involved in.
These would be,
as people look out the buildings around Central City Park down there, and they will see these huge flamingos, and terribly exciting.
I presume that the white wall tires would be radials. All right. Now, we are coming up here, and I have my research department, Racso. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
That's correct, Racso.
My
it's Aramaic.
Aramaic. And what did you say that the literal translation of your name is?
Seer of visions.
I need to ask you a couple of questions, because my research department has checked you out under the microscope. That's not your real name, is it?
It is the name I use artistically.
Yeah, but your real name is Oscar Jackson. Would you comment on that? According to my research,
well, sometimes as one progresses in one's career, one finds it. Well, that's what, I don't want to get into the name thing there, because you certainly have some skeletons in your closet as well.
Isn't Racso Oscar spelled backwards?
Well, yes, sir.
And far from being a world authority on art, weren't you born and raised and still live in College Park?
That is currently.
And aren't you a high school dropout?
I found that the kind of education that was being foisted upon me was not.
And don't you right now, even today, as we said, don't you work at the third shift at a box factory, and you've never done any artistic work before in your life?
At the moment, I am.
What's the most artistic thing you've ever done prior to this?
Well, the wall at the factory.
Would it be accurate to say, Racso, that you have no basis in this, that you just want to get your hands on $2 million and screw up our mountain?
Well, I think that's a little harsh to put it that way.
How would you put it?
Again, I have a vision. This vision has been in me for a long, long time, and I really want to share my vision with many thousands of other people, and that's really what.
But mostly, you want the $2 million.
Well, certainly, it's going to take that kind of funding to finish.
What will it actually cost to do this? How much of this is going to go in your pocket, and what will it actually cost to do this?
Well, we haven't costed it out in that regard.
Sure, about how much?
Actually, I will be salarying myself at
how much will your salary be for doing this?
$500,000.
$500,000. You're a fraud and a phony.
Well, sir, again, I would say that's all in the eye of the beholder.
Stick around. Sports Talk with Larry Munson coming up next on AM-750 WSB. It's 6 o'clock. Sunday.
How you doing?
All right. Could I have an easy one?
You are a fraud. You're the best trivia player I know, and you always call up here poor-mouthing about wanting an easy one. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
What president said, politics, when I'm in it, it makes me sick?
Harry Truman.
No, Taft.
Oh.
Taft. All right, Miss Sandra.
I'll start again next week.
I will look forward to it.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Let's go down the road and talk to my buddy Big Canoe.
And a good morning to you.
How you doing?
Just fine. I'm sitting here looking out the window, and if there was anything on the other side of that mountain, you could see it.
All right. Maybe we could wave back and forth.
Right.
We could get that mountain out of our way.
Uh-huh.
All right. You have a good weekend?
Great.
Did it stop raining at all?
Not that one day. I mean, the whole day.
That 124-hour period, I got 3.5 inches in my rain gauge.
Well, my rain gauge had 2.5.
Yeah. It just kept on coming.
Yeah.
Kept on coming. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here's one for you.
All right.
What president said, I'm not fit for this office and should never have been here?
Ooh, George Washington.
Harding.
Ooh, well, he was right.
All right.
Thank you.
You take care. Have a good week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It is 9:35, and here is Sneaky Pete. What do you say, Pete?
Good morning, Ludlow. How you doing?
I'm doing good, old friend. How you doing?
Good, thank you. You know what my rain gauge said, didn't you?
What's that?
Help.
Yeah. Bring me a towel.
Bring me a towel. I got one for you. What college or university produced more presidents than any other?
Woo. Wow, tough. Tough.
No, it really isn't. You got to think about it.
Well, my first thought was Harvard.
You're right.
Was that right?
See, I told you how easy it was.
Well, I thought maybe it was too easy. I thought you were blindsiding me on it.
I wouldn't blindside you.
All right, all right.
Now give me an easy one now.
You ready?
We.
All right. Who said? As a matter of fact, this were his last words just before he went belly up. What president's last words were? I have tried so hard to do right.
William Howard Taft.
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Never did much in Ohio.
All right. Well,
have a good one, Ludlow.
Okay, bud. Stay in touch with us.
Right.
Let's talk to Bill. Bill, you're on WSB.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How you doing, Bill?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Well, just right.
I tell you what, I'm jealous.
How's that?
You're way up there in them beautiful mountains watching that beautiful sunrise, me way down here.
You know, I cannot tell you how beautiful they are today. Here, a couple of Mondays up here, we were socked in pretty good.
I know it.
But you can see just about as far as you want to see today. It is absolutely gorgeous. Kind of windy.
Ooh, and that's wonderful.
It's 39, 40 degrees up here, but the wind makes it feel a lot colder when you stick your head outside.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you doing, choo-choo man?
Huh?
What are you doing to choo-choo man?
How's that?
Putting him in a van with a big organ going down the road and him a driving.
Yeah, he's gonna make a bunch of money. Charles pays good. Charles pays good.
You better clear the road though whenever choo-choo man comes through.
No, don't you worry about choo-choo man will clear the road. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna try it one time.
All right. What president wore a red carnation at all times?
What president wore was it Lincoln?
No, McKinley.
Beginner. Washington?
No, McKinley.
Oh, McKinley.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Man, I'm no good at questions.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Don't tell me that. You have a great week, old friend.
Yeah, you do too, and thanks a million.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
9:38 now at AM-750 WSB, and let's talk to Blondie. Hello, sweet Blondie.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How you doing?
Well, I'm okay. I'm ready for my humiliation.
Oh, don't tell me that.
I don't know. Some of these presidents, I must not have been listening in history class.
No. I don't feel bad about this because most of these things are things you never learned in history class and things that you have to guess about.
Well, and I've noticed a few people before me had that same problem. So
yeah.
I don't feel quite so bad.
Exactly. Who was the first president to die in office?
First president to die in office.
Right.
Boy. I'm sure it's not right, but I'm just going to say Abraham Lincoln.
William Henry Harrison.
William Henry Harrison. Well, I won't forget that.
Nope.
If it ever comes up again.
You do not forget that. That is important.
Incredible. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Blondie.
Bye-bye.
Bill, you're on WSB.
I got a question.
Okay.
Who was the first president that said, okay, what does the expression mean and where did it come from?
Oh, there's several explanations of okay. The one that well, I was going to say the one that seems the most logical to me.
Was it telegrapher that used it?
Yeah, Western Union. One story is that Western Union used that as one of the codes when they were typing out the code to mean everything was all right.
But that's used worldwide, and I just wondered, I got to think about where did it come from?
There are a couple of explanations for that. The one I like the best is a Western Union thing, but that may not be right.
I'd really like to know why they pick okay.
Yeah, I would too. I've heard several explanations. Somebody will call in and help us with that.
Let's hope so.
Okay, bud.
You have a good one. Listen, I'm only about 20 miles from you. Ain't it pretty up here?
Oh, yeah, wave to me now.
Oh, well, Sonny Mountains between you and me.
All right, all right.
Bye.
Good to talk to you. Take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Scott in our car phone. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Ludlow.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Ask me a good question.
Are you ready?
Well, no, but...
What president, as a child, was nicknamed Swede?
Swede. Grant.
Eisenhower.
All right, well, thanks anyway.
Okay, bud. Drive carefully out there.
All right.
It is 20 minutes before 10 o'clock at AM-750, WSB.
It's 1990. A new decade is here.
43 now at AM-750, WSB, Ludlow Porch. Jump in here and join us. Our number is 872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. It's a dialing for yard eggs. Let's talk to Betty. Hello, Betty.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Knocked my ears off.
the little buzz got you?
Yeah.
All right.
Almost knocked me out of the walker.
You ready?
Yes, I'm good at listening to questions and asking questions, but I'm not good at answering questions.
Well, let's see. I hope you're wrong. Let's see if you can't get this one. Who was the only president to be a medical school dropout?
Medical school dropout. Wilson.
Pretty good guess. That's probably who I'd have guessed. The only medical school dropout was William Henry Harrison.
Oh, it was. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Let's talk to Laurie. Miss Laurie, you're on WSB.
Good morning, Ludlow. You sure do sound better.
Well, I feel 10,000% better.
I bet you do.
Yeah, that's bad stuff. Keep that out of your house if you can.
Oh, we're working on it. I'm not sure I'm going to be very good at this, but go ahead.
All right. I got an easy one for you.
Good.
Well-known quotation. This is probably about the only well-known quotation I've used today. What president said the business of America is business?
Roosevelt?
Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, shoot.
Calvin Coolidge.
Okay, well, thanks, Ludlow.
All right, take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
Let's talk to July Fly. You ready, July Fly?
No.
You're not ready?
No. What am I doing on here?
Here we go. You're going to win some eggs. What president said, public opinion in this country is everything?
Oh.
Public opinion in this country is everything.
Harry Truman?
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh.
That's kind of surprising, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
I knew you'd be surprised.
Well, live and learn.
Have a good week.
Okay.
Talk to you. 872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Here is Jerry. Jerry, you're on WSB.
Good morning, Mr. Port.
How are you doing?
Lay it on me.
You are ready?
Yes.
What president's mother was locked in a federal internment camp during the Civil War? Let me repeat that, because that's kind of a long, drawn-out question.
Yeah, it is.
What president's mother was locked up in a federal internment camp during the Civil War?
During the Civil War? Well, it had to be.
No, wait a minute now. Think carefully before you say it had to be.
I'm thinking, I know you.
Yeah, this is not an obvious
By the way,
answer.
I'm going to nail you when I get through, so don't hang up. I'm going to nail you.
Good.
Jefferson Davis.
No.
He was a president of the Confederate States.
Yeah, okay.
And wait a minute, a federal internment camp.
Yeah, now, I'm going to tell you this much. This was a United States president, a Union president.
Oh, well, you didn't say that. I'll say
I didn't say it wasn't the president of General Motors.
Ulysses S. Grant.
No.
Okay.
His mother was from Ohio. Why would she been locked up?
Well, why would she be locked up in a federal camp?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. You got me, but I'm going to nail you.
Well, you want me to give you the answer?
Yeah, give me the answer.
Harry Truman's mother.
Oh, really?
Do you know what? In a true story,
wow.
She was so upset by all of that. When she would go to the White House to visit Harry, she refused to sleep in the Lincoln bedroom.
Hey, I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all.
Her line to President Truman is, "I will not sleep in that man's bedroom."
She was probably a good friend of Granny Clampett's.
She was a little girl in Missouri, and for a short time was actually with her parents locked up in a federal internment camp during the Civil War, which I thought was the most interesting question of the day.
I appreciate you giving that to me. I really do. Now I'm going to tell you. Now I'm going to get you.
Wear me out.
How many presidents are left-handed, and who are they? I've gotten you on this 3 times.
Yeah, I know you have.
We have additional.
Well, we know Garfield was left-handed.
We know that.
And we know that Ford was left-handed.
We know that.
And we know that our current president.
Yeah, we know that. That's 4. And we know that little old lady's son was left-handed too. Truman. Now, the only other 2 that you never get.
No, I never do.
You never do.
I got to make a note of this and stick it on the window in front of me so I can wear you out one of these days.
Big, fat Taft.
Taft, okay.
And your friend and mine, Millard B. Fillmore.
Millard left-handed. You know, we should have been able to guess that he was left-handed.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing he was. Okay.
All right, man.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you about 3 or 4 months, and I'll nail you again.
I know you will. Just as sure as I'm sitting here, you're going to wear me out.
Okay.
Hang in there.
You too.
Take care. Bye-bye. Our number is 872-0750. Outside our toll-free dialing area, it's 1-800-WSB-TALK. Let's get right back to our phones, because you are on WSB. Hello, Jack.
Good morning, bud.
How you doing, pal?
I got one for you after you stump me.
All right, let's see. What president said, "A conservative is a man with 2 perfectly good legs who has never learned to walk"? A conservative is a man with 2 perfectly good legs who has never learned to walk.
Well, I'll just take a guess. I'll say FDR.
Exactly right.
I was just strictly a guess. But this is one I just thought about, and I remember some name from old radio.
Yeah.
Tell me the 2 people that portrayed the parts of Miss Miller and Harrington.
Miss Miller was Vicky Viola. And we need to tell everybody out there that so it's not too inside. This is 2 characters from Mr. District Attorney.
That's right.
Vicky Viola and I don't know who Harrington was.
That was Lynn Doyle.
Okay, should have got that.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you said it. Because that was one of my favorite radio shows.
Oh, it was really good. It would keep you on the edge of your seat, but
yeah, you know, and when they put it on television, wasn't worth the flip.
That's right. And on TV, didn't David Bryan do the part of the district attorney?
Yeah, wasn't worth the flip.
No, it sure wasn't.
Listen, don't hang up, because Miller owes you some yard eggs.
Okay, buddy, thank you.
You hang on there. Miller, give that man a dozen fresh yard eggs. Let's talk to Dave, who is riding around town in his car. Dave, you're on WSB.
Hi, Ludlow.
Hi, buddy. How's it going?
Good. How about yourself?
Great.
Good. First-time caller, a long-time listener.
Well, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let me see if I got one here for you someplace. What was referred to as a Hoover blanket?
What was referred to as a Hoover?
Hoover, during the Depression, President Hoover.
Hoover blanket.
What was referred to as a Hoover blanket?
Oh. You've got me.
Old newspapers.
Old newspapers.
Men were lying around in parks, covering up to stay warm with newspapers, and they called them Hoover blankets.
I'll not forget that.
All right. Very interesting.
Thank you, Ludlow.
Okay, bud. Take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
10 minutes now before 10 o'clock at AM-750 WSB. Let's check our forecast with Kurt Mellish.
For today, Ludlow, blue sky. Then for tomorrow, turning partly sunny in the afternoon. Highs today, 58 to 62. Low tonight, 35 to 40. High tomorrow, near 66. With frequent weather updates, I'm meteorologist Kurt Mellish in the AM-750 WSB Weather Center.
WSB Radio Atlanta is an equal opportunity employer and employs without regard to race, creed, color, sex, age, religion, or national origin.
You've got to get away.
Away.
Away to somewhere close.
But still away.
Yes. Callaway Gardens.
I've never been.
You should go.
I know.
Callaway Gardens is southwest of Atlanta in Pine Mountain.
I know.
Championship golf and tennis.
Oh, I know.
Walking, bicycling.
Oh, I know.
Cottages with full kitchens and fireplaces, or luxurious rooms at the inn.
Callaway, I know.
4 restaurants.
Yes.
And a fitness center.
I know.
And the gardens, the horticultural center.
Yes.
The butterfly house.
Butterflies?
Yes.
Oh, I know.
A good book. A roaring fire. Some time away with someone you love.
Oh.
Away.
Away.
At Callaway Gardens.
I know.
Just an hour and a half away.
I know.
A weekend there will do you a world of good here.
I know.
Everything comes naturally at Callaway.